Hey everyone, it's Ben Hard here, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a Ram 2500 Rebel with the 6.4 Hemi. This is actually a shockingly good value, especially considering that, there are now some discounts on these HD Ram trucks. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Dodge Ram here in Provo for giving me some time with this truck. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood we have a naturally aspirated 6.4 liter Hemi V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 410 horsepower and then 429 pound-feet of torque. Now before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood of the truck, you guys can see there's this cool scoop there in the center, and then we've got the venting on either side, cab lights there at the top. And then down below you guys can see here with the cool headlight design. And then we've got the mustache ram grill is what I like to call it. And then here's a quick look at the headlights on. We've got recovery points there at the bottom as well as fog lights. And overall, it's a good looking truck. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 285 by 60 by 20 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you got the silver there on the outside. Notice it's blacked out in the center. And then these are pretty rugged tires, if I do say so myself. And you guys can see here with the Bilstein shock that comes with this. Pretty chunky fender flare as well. And then we've got the trailer mirrors with this one. Notice the door handles are body painted. And this is cool, it's actually two-tone. It's kind of hard to tell because of this darker blue color, but it is black on the bottom. And then got another Bilstein shock in the back. So here's the side profile with this Rebel. And this leads us to the key fob. We have our lock and unlock function. We've got the drop down for the tailgate, remote start, Ram logo on the back as well, and pop it down. And this leads us to the rear. So you guys can see here, no protection from the factory, but you have an outlet there. Nothing really here on the other side. Pretty bare bones bed, I guess, but the outlet's nice. Anyways, really easy to lift that up. Love the taillight design here with this. Then you guys can see here with the bumper how that's powder coated just like the Rebel, and it's the rest of the rear. Now taking a look at the door panel here, you guys can see with the soft touch at the top, then down below with all the stitching, that's pretty cool. And then you got little storage there at the bottom. I like these power side steps, that's nice. And then here are these seats, really nice trim, perforated all down the center portion. This is cool. Storage pocket. Getting in's easy, you just kind of step up, grab the grab handle, pop right in. Legroom back here is good. Got a little storage pocket. Got some cup holders here. We've got our own vents, USB ports, heated seats, all that, an outlet as well. And look at this. We've got ice, well, there we go. We got ice buckets with this one too. And then headroom back here is good. Now take a look at the front door panel. You can see we've got soft touch here and down below. All of our window controls, front two are automatic. The mirrors power fold in. We also have a bunch of mirror adjustments, which is pretty cool. Got your memory seat function, blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then here's the front seat. Got the Rebel logo perforated all down the center portion. Light controls there off to the side. Oh, and then I do want to mention the payload capacity on this is 2,971 pounds. Pretty good for a 2500 Ram. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see we've got perforated trim on either side, and then you can see the soft touch at the top and at the bottom. Radio controls on the back. We've got our cruise control here, gear limiter, controls there for the center stack. So lots of nice stuff. We do have our turn signal windshield wiper stock too. And just like the Rebel half-ton, this comes with the digital gauge cluster, which my favorite part is changing from digital to analog. I think the analog gauge cluster looks a little bit cooler, but super customizable, similar to like Audi's virtual cockpit if you've ever seen one of those. Just a regular backup camera in reverse, pretty solid resolution. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, analog controls for the climate on either side, heated ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. You can see the controls here at the bottom. We've got our parking sensors, tow haul mode, stability control, trailer brake controls integrated from the factory as well. And pretty good response time with the screen. It does take a second for some of the pages to load up, so just be aware of that. We're going to turn on the ventilated seat, by the way. Got the dial selector here. We've got our 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, and then you hill descent control with your axle lock. That's kind of hard to see, the lighting. Sorry about that. There you go. Center console here. Always a nice thing. And then it does slide backwards and forwards. We've got some USB ports there as well, and then we've got an outlet down below, right there. And then double glove box, just like a lot of other loaded up pickup trucks. Nice trim across the dash. Alpine sound system with this one. And then we do have a power sliding rear window. Here's a quick look at the window sticker. You can see 2024 Rebel. 71,955 is the total MSRP. And you know, depending on the rebates of the month, that'll, you know, change pricing and all of that. But yeah, there's some deals to be had on these HD trucks now. So yeah, it's, I don't know, I think compared to some of the competition, pretty good value. Anyways, let's see how it drives. Well, setting off in the Ram Rebel HD. Interesting. So this feels, you know, more like a traditional, I gotta squeeze through here, more like a traditional Ram HD. You know, a lot of people are just constantly comparing this to the Power Wagon. It makes sense, and so I do video comparisons on it too. But yeah, this is firm. This is firmer. Right off the bat, you can feel the difference between them. That is fascinating. Yeah, it's like the normal Ram HD feel. If you don't know, the Power Wagon just kind of glides like a cloud in a way for an HD truck. This, you feel the bumps, it kind of goes back and forth. But it's the price you pay for more payload. It's the price you pay for more payload. Like just over 1,000 pounds versus almost 3,000 pounds in payload capacity. It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. But some other stuff about the Rebel, the 6.4 Hemi, it's interesting because you can also get this with the diesel. And the diesel has more torque, but I'd say the downside of the diesel would probably be extra weight you get in the front end, a little bit stiffer ride, even more stiffer than this. And obviously it costs more. Right, you always got that to take into account with diesels. They are more expensive compared to their gas counterparts for maintenance and everything. Love the sound of this engine. It's really cool. It's really cool how it sounds. So yeah, in summary, the Rebel, it drives well. It basically gives you some off-road looks and some off-road chops that the regular Ram HD doesn't have, but it's not a diesel. I mean, this is obviously the gas version, but it's not a Power Wagon. It's a different truck. And you do feel that with the drive. This is stiffer, and it's just a different vehicle overall. But that's the Rebel.